Hey guys, my name is Chioma and welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be talking about what to expect in dorm life. Actually, it's like we're expecting a storm today and you might hear some noises, but if you don't, then yay to my camera because there are a lot of like wind outside and stuff. So anyway, let's get right into the video. So, first of all, when you get into a dorm room, now you're alone, you don't have your mom, you don't have your dad. Who is your point of contact? It's your RA. Your RA is your residential assistant. They're introduced to you like from orientation, and you get to know who you're supposed to talk to. They usually point out their room and their office, and these are like students like you, but like their job is to help you. They've definitely been in the school at least a year, so they know stuff, and they've been trained enough to assist you. And if they can help you, your next point of contact would be your RHD, that is your residential hall director. And your residential hall director is like their supervisor. So if they have a situation where they can handle, they would go to their RHD and the RHD will come down to help you. So situations that the RHD will like help is like maybe you have electrical issues, or you have like issues with your room. Maybe the wall is like leaking, or the floor is broken, or something just isn't right, or you're even having issues with like your neighbors in the next room. You could call your RHD to be able to fix that. Yeah, so they will be like kind of your parents now, that kind of situation. So your RHD and your RAs would be your point of contact. So another thing that you should think about is like, so I'm moving from my house, my home, into a place, right? So what does it look like? Depending on what room you pick during your room selection, you have the choice to pick a double room, which means you have one roommate and you guys are sharing a common space. So it's more like sharing a room with a sibling, because like you're staring at each other almost every time, and but like you have each side, like a different side of the room, right? So and then we have like the suites. That would be like a couple of rooms with their own common area. Those are like the double rooms, or a single room where it's just you in the room. No, like it's not like a flat or anything. So it's just a room. You would share a communal bathroom with everyone else in your pod, or in your floor or your hall, right? You share a communal bathroom. But if you're in a suite, you usually have your bathroom. So the difference between having a communal bathroom and having a suite bathroom is that you're responsible for cleaning your bathroom if you live in a suite. So you have about 4 or 5 people in different rooms, but a common area and a bathroom. Sometimes they have a kitchen depending on how big the dorm is. They have like a private kitchen. So in that case, you guys will have to clean your own bathrooms yourself. So you know, it can get tricky if someone else isn't helping out or whatever, or people are just nasty and then your bathroom gets nasty. So like my school at Delphi University, we have really good cleaning staff and they do their best. You still walk into horrible stuff, but it's never their fault, and the staff does their job. It's just like I said, people are nasty and they come do their business and they can take care of it. But then at least we know that there are people that can come and clean that up. You know, you're not responsible for that. So that's the upside of using a communal bathroom. And then I'll just say, if you're gonna be in one of that living situation, remember to bring your flip-flops to school so that you don't have to put your feet on that floor. It is disgusting, it is nasty, and you can pick up a lot of bacteria and infections. So just be careful and don't forget to bring your flip-flops. Anyway, so the next thing we're gonna be talking about is food and meal plans. So there's always like different levels of meal plans. I think in adult 5 we have about three, which is the gold, the silver, the premium. Like premium is like you love to eat their food, you're gonna be eating every day, or you ain't got money to get out of campus, you don't drive out of campus, so your only way to survive is eating on campus. you eat like 3 meals a day or whatever, then that will be your meal plan. And then the goal will be like maybe you don't eat every time, whatever, or you go out, you eat sometimes, you're not always on campus, stuff like that. And that'll be the goal. Then the silver is like they want you to have a meal plan, so you have to have a meal plan kind of situation, but like you don't really eat the food, whatever. So I'll just say that Adelphi's food isn't horrible. It isn't like the best. I can say it's like the best, but it's just not horrible. And I say that because I'm not a picky eater. But I've had my friends who are vegans have issues with like them separating the food, and stuff like that. But the office that handles that has been very kind to listen to students, and they made some changes last semester while we were on campus. So I would say more improvements can be done, and as students bring stuff up, they usually do address it. So on that front, Adelphi is really upfront and ready to like make your dining experience the best that it can be. I can't say that for other schools, but definitely if you want to have a voice when it comes to issues like that, there's always the residential hall, or the residential student association, or your hall council, where you can join and you guys can come up with like resolutions and propositions and take your issues to offices like that. So if you don't have like an RSA like I did in my own school, then you can view that up and do that. And then the next thing is security. And yeah, so in Adelphi we have a lot of like 24-hour surveillance. There are cameras everywhere. And for the dorm rooms, we have RAs like on duty within the hours. They walk around the hall, they check to make sure that everything is okay. They once in a while do like inspections in the rooms. They're never announced, they just kind of show up. They have keys, and like I said, these people are trained. They're not gonna come in and like take your stuff. They do their job. They don't scatter anything. They just like will take anything that is contraband. Look at the light. I guess it's getting brighter outside. I'm using the natural light. So anyway, they come in and then they take they would just search, and if you're all good, you're all good. If you have contraband, then they will seize it. They will notify you about it. And they usually do notify anyway if they come to your room and you're not around. So, and then for the night time from 6 p.m. to 4 a.m., we have hall attendants that are in this little booth right before you get into the hall, into the residential hall, and like they sign people in and out of the hall from 6 p.m. to 4 a.m. So I think that's good with keeping track of like overnight guests and whatever. So another thing is, if you do want to have an overnight guest for Adelphi, I think you have 48 to 24 hours before that time to sign in, and your roommate has to agree to having the guest over. So be nice to your roommate is all I can say. Anyway, so that's it for security. I mean, we also have public safety, and they're on campus 24/7. They also have the gates of the school locked, and you need to have like an Adelphi ID to drive into the school after 11 p.m. So I think that is another security measure they have on campus. So the next thing I want to talk about is RSA and hall council. And I mentioned them before when I talked about having a voice, and this is the way you can get involved on campus as a residential student, and you can have an avenue to speak your mind and to be part of something bigger than yourself. It also gives you the opportunity to meet people in your hall and in other halls. Now things might change in how they like execute their plans, or how you can join, or how they organize events. That is, I'm talking about both residential student association and the hall council. They're different sectors, but they do overlap, or they're different groups and they do overlap. So sometimes anyway. So anyway, the RSA and the hall council, they might have different ways they are doing their things this semester. They usually do encourage collaborations between halls, but I don't think that will be the case due to coronavirus, and social distancing and limiting like interaction with other people, but they might have like virtual meetings. So look for a way to join. Like, I think everything on campus right now, you have to look for it for you to find stuff. So after watching a video like this, and if you think it's something you want to be part of, then you should look it up on your campus. And that way you like, and you're part of something as a residential student. Anyway, so another thing is, what if I fall sick? What do I do? We have a health center and they do have hours. I think there should be an overnight nurse there, but they can't really treat you. They do a lot of references, but they can give you like immediate care that might be needed until they get you to an hospital. You also need insurance when living on campus, like health insurance. So that helps them to give like the hospital some information, insurance, and whatever, if they have to take you to the hospital. So yeah, that's on that. And yeah, for Delphi, I used the health center once when I had like a foot stain, and like a foot injury. Like I stubbed my toe, and then it just wouldn't stop like hurting, and then it got really black, and I thought I was gonna lose my toe. And when I went there, they took a look at it, they asked some questions, and then they referred me to a podiatrist that wasn't too far from the school. And since I was using a personal insurance and I didn't take the school insurance, they were like, okay, you can use the podiatrist and just go whenever you want. And I did that. So that would be for the health center. So I think this is all you would need to know about what to expect in dorm life. I've covered like who is your point of contact when you get there. I've covered security. I've covered how do you eat. I even talked about the kind of rooms and actually how do you bait, which I didn't plan on, but like it came up and I did talk about it. And like, can you get involved as a residential student? And I talked about how you can get involved, and also the health center. So I think I really did cover everything. And if you think there's something I should talk about that I didn't mention in this video, you should leave a comment down below and I would be willing to answer your questions. So thank you guys so much for staying to the end of the video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.